I've been doing some thinking. Religion has really messed a lot of people up. I grew up going to Creflo Dollar. I went to World Changers all my life. Um, I used to think that I could meet some good people at church. I could meet me a good woman, make me some good friends. But I had to come to the conclusion that church people, man, it ain't no good people in church. And what I had to understand more than ever about church, it makes you very delusional. A lot of black people have a very religious upbringing. They go to church all the time. And I never even read the Bible, not to its entirety. My dad, he read the whole Bible. Um, Church, it put, growing up as a kid, I was watching hell documentaries when I was very young. It used to terrify me, going to hell and getting tortured by Satan and his demons. Um, that religion, it had a tremendous effect on me. And a lot of black people can relate to this, especially because I feel that within the black community, black people take religion to a whole nother level. Black people are just too damn religious, and I believe in God, but I don't believe that God has the same purpose for everybody. I believe God creates some people to be an example of what you don't want to be. Um, the women in church are shallow. They judging you by what you look like, what you have. They're no different than women anywhere else. Um, One thing I never liked about church, they try to shame you for your sexuality. They tell you that it's wrong, it's a sin to look at a woman in a sexual way. How is it a sin to look at a woman in a sexual way? If you see a woman looking good, they got some fat buns, they make you want to burst like a balloon. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with having desires for a woman? They looking good, they looking sexy. It's like they try to shame you for your sexuality in church. That's another thing that pushed me away from church. It's like everything is a sin, and it's like they try to make you feel guilty for everything. And another thing about religion, you know, it just makes you very delusional. You know, I stopped going to church because I had to ask myself, what has it done for me? I look at all the hell that I've experienced in my life. What did going to church do for my life? It did nothing for me. It didn't do anything. And you have people that faithfully go to church and nothing in their life has gotten better. Nothing has gotten better. And my dad always told me that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You know, because see, me, I always had a idea of how I wanted my life to play out. And my mom always tell me that you don't necessarily need education to get to success. And I agree. You know, all it takes is an idea and a way to make that idea come into reality. And that can be your financial ticket to the life that you want. Because I always wanted the good life, the abundant life, as they say in church. I always prayed to God for big money and bad bitches. You know, I always wanted a refrigerator full of Cristal. Shouts out to Jermaine Dupri. He had a refrigerator full of Cristal. I always had an idea of the life that I wanted, you know. being on a yacht in Miami, Florida, eating fettuccine and veal, drinking a glass of Blanc des Millionaires. You know, I always had an idea of that abundant life. But in church, they tell you that if you just pray for it, it's going to fall out of the sky. Some people did get lucky in life. If I was a guy like Jeremy Meeks, I'd be living the abundant life, and I wouldn't have to go to church and get prayed over to get to that life. Like my dad told me in life, it's all about the luck of the draw. Some people got lucky in life. And I'm just glad that I have not been to church in 5 years. 5 years. I haven't been to church since 2018, and I don't plan on going back because it has not done anything for my life. I look at all the hell that I've gotten in my life. I look at how I've been shitted on. What has going to church done for me? It didn't do anything. And there just comes a point where you just have to use God-given wisdom. You got to use God-given wisdom. That religion is a drug. And I'm just so glad I've gotten away from that stuff, because it can be very detrimental to your well-being, because it inhibits your ability to critical think and to look at things for what they are. But in church, they always tell you don't look at things for what they are. That's a delusional mindset. It's making you delusional. That's what church is doing. That's why I couldn't deal with it anymore. That's why I had to get away from that stuff. And I'm so glad that I got away from church. I'm so glad I did, because that stuff right there is detrimental to the mind. It really is. And one of the biggest issues I had with religion, they try to shame you for your sexuality. They'd say, oh, it's a sin to look at a woman in a sexual way. And my question is, you're a man. You're not a faggot. You're not gay. You're supposed to look at a woman in a sexual way. What do you mean? I mean, I just don't get it. you know, you know. I tell you, religion, that's some serious stuff. And in the black community, it's a serious drug. You know, I'm thinking about making a song talking about religion, singing about religion, and the detrimental effects that it has on a lot of people. I was thinking about putting it on my Beta Bucks album. I don't know. I could put a song about religion as a bonus track for Beta Bucks. Or I may just wait and put it on my next album. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole topic of religion. You know, like, I believe in God. I believe there is a higher power. I believe there's something on the other side. What it is, we don't know. We'll see one day. But I've just gotten to a point at this point. I don't get too deep into that stuff anymore, because I had too much of that growing up as a kid. I went to daycare at the church. I was raised in the church. And that stuff had a tremendous effect on me. A tremendous effect on me. And, that's why, some stuff you just have to cut off, and that's the beautiful thing about once you become an adult. you can choose the the path that you want to take in life, you know. But that's all I want to say about this whole topic of religion. Let me know how you feel about it.